Hello, today I'm going to show you how to draw a simple tree. I'm starting off with the stump here. There are a few important things to consider through this. So first is shape, then texture, and then lighting. So those three things are important for any project, but I'm focusing on them for this one. As you can see here, I'm basically splitting the trunk into two sections. As that section goes up, I'm splitting it into two sections again, and so on and so forth as you go up the tree. After that, we're going to apply the leaves. We're going to apply them at the ends of the stems, and we're going to apply them in a circular pattern right over the ends of the leaves there. So basically a big circle around the ends. You can use this pattern to create the texture of the leaves. It's basically a bunch of tiny little circles put together, and as you wind those circles more tightly, it creates a darker pattern. And if you do it more lightly, it creates a lighter pattern. You're going to do that all throughout the perimeter first. We're going to go inside the big circle of the leaves afterwards, but it's important to get your basic shapes laid out first, and that way you can start to visualize the tree. As you can see here, the edges of the leaves are almost done. I'm just cleaning up some of the details there. After that, I'm actually going to go back to the trunk of the tree, and we're going to start to create the illusion of lighting there. So I'll show you where the lighting is actually supposed to be. It's supposed to be in the top right-hand corner. So what that actually means is the bottom left-hand corner of your drawing is going to be the darkest. So the left-hand part of your drawing, that's going to be the darker side of it. And as you go towards the bottom left-hand corner, it's going to get gradually darker. And as you go towards the top right-hand corner, it's going to get lighter. So once we're done creating the basic illusion of lighting, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go back and create the texture of the oak. As you can see here, it's a bunch of squiggly looking lines. We're going to focus on creating those lines in the darkest parts of our image, because if you look at a reference, that's where the texture of the oak is the most visible, in the darkest parts of it. So as you can see here, what I'm doing is I'm erasing the rightmost part of the bark, and that's going to create the illusion of intense lighting. And now this is the part we're all waiting for, where we can color the inside of the leaves. We're going to use the same basic pattern as before with those tightly coiled circles. And as you can see, we've still got to be aware of the lighting in every part of the drawing we do. As you can see in that little clip there, I was coloring it in so that it looked like the trunk of the tree was actually casting a shadow on the leaves, and that helps create a little bit of depth. So now we go on to the second bushel of leaves, which is a little bit behind the first bushel. So we've got to create a little bit of darker depth there. And now we're almost finished. What I like to do at the end there is I like to reinforce some of the lines that got a little bit muddied. Because it's a pencil drawing, it's susceptible to a little bit of smudging there. So just go over it, create some of those last little details, but at this point, your tree should be almost done.